7 News uncovering new details about the emergency response time to this house fire early this morning. A neighbor tells 7 News that he called 911 after smelling smoke at 5:30 this morning, a full 90 minutes before fire crews were dispatched when someone else reported seeing flames. 7 News reporter Lance Hernandez is asking what happened. And Lance, the fire department is admitting it could have done a better job here.
Teresa, and the department says it will look at changing its policy in view of what happened here. Now, about 5:30 this morning, a neighbor down the block says he smelled smoke, but he couldn't tell where it was coming from, so he called 911. The smoke and flames in this house behind me weren't visible for another hour and a half.
It's awful. I mean, I can't believe it that they wouldn't come and at least send a car out or something to find out where this was coming from. But nobody came.
Torrey Hughes in disbelief as crews knocked down a fire at a neighbor's house. He says he was walking his dog at 5:30 this morning when he smelled smoke. He couldn't see it, but he still called 911.
I told him, well, it smells like a house on fire to me. He told me that I was the only one that had called. They got no other calls, and if I saw anything or a fire or anything, to call back.
1.5 hours went by before anyone saw the smoke and flames coming from the house at 2634 Ivanhoe. Air Tracker 7 overhead as the house was engulfed. A fire department spokesman says no excuse. They should have done a better job.
Our dispatcher screened the call, in essence, made a discretionary decision. No fire truck was sent.
Fire department spokesman Phil Champagne says the caller told the dispatcher he thought there was a house fire, but said it might be a fireplace.
We get numerous calls, a multitude of calls this time of year with fireplaces.
Champagne says normally they send a crew to check it out, and should have in this instance.
We don't make any excuses. We strive to be perfect. Do we fall short on occasion? Absolutely. But this is one of those cases. Could we have done a better job? Absolutely.
It makes me very disturbed. I'm very upset about it because I called.
Now, Phil Champagne says fire administration will review what happened and will decide whether they need to take the discretion away from dispatchers or whether they need to have a written policy that a crew will be dispatched to every report of smoke. He declined to say whether the dispatcher might be disciplined. Live in Park Hill, Lance Hernandez, 7 News.
Okay, Lance. Now, no one was home when this fire started, fortunately. Investigators say it looks like it began in the basement before burning through the main floor. They don't yet, though, have a cause.